Welcome to Shadow of History, mysterious, dark, and untold stories from world history. Today, we bring you the extraordinary and tragic story of Tsutomu Yamaguchi, the man who survived not one, but two atomic bombs. His tale is a testament to human resilience and the horrors of war, and yet, it remains relatively unknown to many. Tsutomu Yamaguchi's survival of both the bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki during World War II is one of the most incredible survival stories in history, and it provides a unique personal perspective on the devastation of nuclear warfare. Tsutomu Yamaguchi was born in 1916 in Nagasaki, Japan. In 1945, during World War II, he worked as a draftsman for Mitsubishi Heavy Industries in Hiroshima. On August 6, 1945, when he was 29 years old, he was in Hiroshima on a business trip when the United States dropped the first atomic bomb. At 8:15 a.m., the bomb exploded with a terrifying force, decimating everything in its path. Tsutomu Yamaguchi, who was just a few kilometers from ground zero, was caught in the blast. In an instant, he was thrown to the ground by the shockwave, and the sky above him was engulfed in a blinding flash of light. The explosion caused devastating fires, and the city of Hiroshima was reduced to rubble. Despite the overwhelming destruction around him, Yamaguchi miraculously survived. He was severely burned on his upper body, his eardrums were ruptured, and he was left in shock. But he somehow managed to stumble out of the devastated city. As Yamaguchi made his way back to his hometown of Nagasaki, he was determined to recover and continue his work, despite his painful injuries. However, just 3 days later, on August 9th, the United States dropped the second atomic bomb, this time on Nagasaki. Tsutomu Yamaguchi was back in Nagasaki when the bomb exploded. At 11 a.m. on August 9, 1945, the bomb dropped on Nagasaki. And once again, Yamaguchi found himself caught in the midst of a nuclear explosion. He was once again thrown to the ground by the shockwave, this time on the opposite side of the city. He suffered even further injuries, but despite the overwhelming destruction, Tsutomu Yamaguchi survived for a second time. Yamaguchi's survival of two atomic bombings in the same week is a unique and astonishing feat. He became one of the few people in history to survive, not just one, but two atomic bombings. But his survival came at a tremendous cost. He spent months in the hospital, recovering from his injuries. His body was covered in painful burns, and his hearing was permanently damaged from the blasts. The psychological toll of surviving such horrific events was equally devastating, and Yamaguchi struggled with feelings of survivor's guilt, as so many around him perished. In the years that followed, Yamaguchi dedicated his life to speaking out about the horrors of nuclear warfare. He became an advocate for peace and a vocal critic of nuclear weapons. He spoke to schools, universities, and governments, sharing his experiences as a survivor of the bombings. He wanted the world to understand the true horror of nuclear weapons, and he worked tirelessly to promote disarmament. Yamaguchi's story is not just a tale of survival, it's a powerful reminder of the human cost of war. His experiences in Hiroshima and Nagasaki demonstrate the devastating consequences of the atomic bombings and serve as a stark warning about the dangers of nuclear warfare. The bombings killed an estimated 200,000 people, many of them civilians, and left long-lasting physical and emotional scars on the survivors. Despite the trauma he endured, Tsutomu Yamaguchi lived a relatively long life. He passed away in 2010 at the age of 93. Throughout his later years, he continued to advocate for nuclear disarmament, sharing his story to remind people of the horrors of war and the importance of peace. Yamaguchi's life was a testament to human resilience, and his survival against all odds served as an inspiration to countless others. The story of Tsutomu Yamaguchi is a profound and poignant chapter in the history of nuclear warfare. His survival of both atomic bombings is a rare and harrowing reminder of the destructive power of these weapons. But Yamaguchi's story also highlights the strength of the human spirit, the will to survive, and the importance of peace in a world that has witnessed some of the darkest chapters in history. Today, as we reflect on Yamaguchi's extraordinary life, we are reminded of the importance of remembering the past. The bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki were pivotal moments in world history, and the experiences of survivors like Tsutomu Yamaguchi continue to shape our understanding of the consequences of nuclear warfare. The lessons we learn from these survivors must serve as a guide for future generations to work toward a world free of nuclear weapons. Thank you for joining us in remembering the incredible life of Tsutomu Yamaguchi. His story is a reminder of the strength of the human spirit and the importance of advocating for peace. If you found this story inspiring, be sure to subscribe to Shadow of History for more mysterious, dark, and untold stories from the past. Don't forget to like, share, and hit the bell icon to stay updated with our latest videos. Until next time, stay curious and continue exploring the untold stories that have shaped our world.